Today we're going to be talking about Roblox Studio. I think many of you have played Roblox as a video game, and you always wanted to make your own games or to get some more Robux by not using your parents' money to buy some. So making a game is a great choice. There are many good games you played, and some of the best games now are All-Star Tower Defense, Anime Fighters, Anime Dimensions, something like that. Now, let's talk a little bit about Roblox Studio first. Roblox Studio is a game engine. It's basically like Unreal Engine, something you get to make a game. Have you heard of Unity, guys? It's just like Roblox Studio. You use it to make a game. The good thing about Roblox Studio is that you can easily upload your games to Roblox and everyone can see them. Now, let's get started, shall we? If you all don't know how to download Roblox Studio, go search up Roblox Studio. As you can see, I have the page here. And once you press into this page, it will appear this, and then you can press start creating and it will check for Roblox Studio. Now, if you're not sure if you have Roblox Studio, just search it on the taskbar. As you can see, I have it clearly here. So let's get started. So these are the base plates. These are some formats you can use. These twos are the newest ones. In the past, we didn't have these ones. The classic base plate is the best to test out of all of them, since some of these formats have some scripts or special things input in them, plugins, etc. So start out with the classic base plate or the flat terrain. Now let's get started with the classic base plate. Firstly, you're gonna want to pull out the toolbox. The toolbox is here, and search up models. It can be anything. For example, Demon Slayer's Kyojuro Rengoku. And now we have a Rengoku. Now, as you can see, these four options are used to scale your part, as in your character. You can select it, and you can change things up. Like, you can move it around, you can scale it, make it bigger, or make it smaller. You can also rotate it. Now, you can choose some modes. I wouldn't usually use this one. This is more of a terrain thing. And for the editor, it also is. E.g., you can add things, you can subtract, that means delete stuff. You can make more things about terrains, and we'll introduce that in another video about graphics. Now, let's go on to the parts. You can insert anything. Blocks, you see? Spears. We got a wedge, we got a cylinder. The UI is another thing used in scripting, but not really in the basic overview of Roblox Studio. We'll get to that in a later video. Now, for the material. We can change the material of these things. I wanted to change it to a force field, and boom! It's a gray looking thing. I want to change its color. E.g., I liked yellow, and it's a yellow now. Now, for example, what if you wanted to group some parts together? You wanted to group this, group this. You can group these two together. Just press this button, and boom, it's one part now. And you can also ungroup that, don't worry. And there are two parts now, you can select them differently. The lock function, I wouldn't use it much, but it's just basically to lock it, so you can't do anything to it. The anchor part. Let's show you something. Say I didn't anchor this. Let's choose this part actually. Say I didn't anchor this. Let's play. Let's see what happens. And boom, the parts drop to the ground. Now, let's see what happens if you can anchor it. So, by the name, it means that you're anchoring in the sky. And now it's anchored. So, let's see what happens again. Let's wait for the load. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And boom, it's floating in the air now. So, yeah. Now let's talk about play. There are a few options. Play here, run. Play and run is basically the same thing, but as play you could choose it to server and client side. Resume is when you stopped it. Now for the game settings. You have to publish it to access game settings, so you can also choose these team tests, exit games, but you would have to let someone add to your game and stuff. So for the mortal part, we have these 4 things we can transform things. It's like a rotate tool, but not exactly one. We have a align tool, which is, all of you should have used Word. It's like align text. Basically that. Parts, materials, colors, union. That's a less used thing. Negate, separates. We'll get into that in another video. For effects, this is not the video to be talking about it, but just so you know, it just makes some cool effects on the things. Advanced, we'll talk about that in another video. This is just an introduction. Sorry for talking another video so much. Now you can choose the device, you could choose it how it looks on a phone. You could be like the player emulator, and you can mute audio. Now for the view, let's close everything first. The view is to pull out all the important things you need. Now for this, it's the most important in the Explorer. You can choose where are the parts and stuff. The properties, you change the parts, e.g. there are many properties, brick color, shadow. We'll talk about that more in depth in the next one. And this, breakpoints, asset managers, performances, toolbox, script analysis, call stack, task scheduler, team create. Yeah, you have to publish the game to start editing and testing together. This is the object browser. You'll learn it in scripting. I'll do a later series on that. For this, the watch, script performance, script recovery, and that's about it for the most important things. So now that you've got a better understanding of Roblox Studio, I hope you guys can take the time to test out some things, play around with it. Oh, and here's the plugins, my favorite thing, to be honest. You'll see why later in a second. Let's go back to the base plate and let's change it back. The thing about plugins is that it's so cool. Now you can see this, manage plugins. I haven't installed any plugins yet, but yeah. Plugins folder, it should be empty. I have some tools. I have no plugins. You can import avatars. Can animate a character. For example, I'm gonna animate Rengoku. You have to make a name for it. I'm just gonna call it Untitled Animation. You can move him around, etc. I'm not gonna go in depth about animating. If you guys want me to show you how to animate like a pro, please leave a like and comment down below and hit the bell. And maybe, we'll release a video soon. Maybe tomorrow. Now, thanks for watching the video. This video was made by FDS Productions. You support us. We're just a bunch of students. So, bye guys. Peace.